Dana Denha here, and this is the Ann Arbor Art Fair 2025. We're here with Paula Nettleship. She's in the Summer Art Fair. She's a jewelry artist. It's really windy out here today, but Paula's ready for the wind and she's set up. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What led you to being a jewelry designer?
Well, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. I started the business with my sister. I never imagined I would do this, but I was selling her jewelry and just kind of got the bug.
How did she get into jewelry?
She'd always been doing it. So she ended up moving to Scotland, and I just kept doing this. And I had some certain skills with knitting and sewing, so it evolved into bead weaving, which is what my medium is.
So what were you guys doing together at the beginning that it evolved into your bead weaving?
Stringing beads, like a lot of people, start stringing beads.
It's just so interesting to me that like something that you're just like, oh, it's kind of a hobby to me, and then it really becomes like this passionate thing in your life.
Yeah, it did. And, I travel regionally. I live in Pittsburgh, and I do shows mostly in the Northeast and a little bit in the Midwest. That's why I'm here in Ann Arbor. This is kind of as far west as I come. So, yeah, it's a full-time job for me now. But it also helps me promote a company that my husband is involved with, an NGO. We donate a portion of our sales to Clean Water Project that works in Nepal, Nigeria, and Chiapas. And it's a way to kind of promote that too.
Wow, that is amazing because we all know those countries need clean water, and what a fantastic thing to do.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's good.
Can you talk about your process a little bit and like your colors? Are you inspired by where you live or the places you go?
Well, I use a lot of Czech beads from the Czech Republic, and I've been on 2 bead tours now to the Czech Republic. I started using buttons from one of those tours that I was on because they're just 2 brothers in their 70s. They're the last button pressers in the world. They used to have factories that press buttons, so I kind of like that, the story behind it, and it gives a vintage feel. Like I hopefully a modern vintage vibe is what I'm going for, and certainly with the beads and the sewing, it's a dying art maybe.
Well, I think it looks really beautiful. You have such nice colors and variety. You have so much variety, and these pieces are really like standout pieces. Like if you were to wear something like this, people are going to talk to you about that
Yeah.
piece.
Oh, I think so. And I like color, I like the texture, and beads let you play with it that way. The stitch that I use on that piece is called cubic right angle weave. It's a square stitch, and it's a bit like Legos. And I grew up playing with Legos, so by changing the size of the bead, the direction of the stitch, yeah, I can kind of build geometrically. So it's soft, but it's still geometric at the same time.
Have you seen your work sort of evolve over time as you've gotten, your sister left, you were alone, and you started doing your own kind of thing? Do you see it evolve as the years go on?
Oh, definitely. But I've always used a lot of color and texture. And I just wanted to work in gemstones. I mean, when I said I was stringing beads, man, I wanted nice stones, and like I wasn't going to work in glass. And now that's really all I use because natural stones don't have a consistent size or a whole size. So I need that consistency from a man-made piece to weave through it because a lot of times there's multiple passes through a bead to create the design.
Do you find that the beads sort of tell you the story of how they want to be made?
Um, yeah, sometimes, and sometimes the mistakes do too. I'll be doing something and I'm going in one direction, and suddenly that's not working, and I see something else. Or sometimes too, I'll put something away for a little while and come back to it. And a lot of times I might be somewhere and go, oh my gosh, I can make that, but in beads. I mean, because I love jewelry. I love jewelry. So sometimes you'll see something really fine by Cartier, and I'll be like, I can imagine that in beads now. So
There's something so special to be able to find your creative niche in life and have that passion because I can feel it in you and you're like, it's with you, you carry it wherever you
oh,
go.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so fortunate to be able to do something that I like so much, and to make a living doing that too is important.
Well, obviously, people can come to the Summer Art Fair and check out your booth and come buy some of your beautiful jewelry. Do you have a website too?
I do have a website, designs2cpgh.com. And this is, I think, my 10th year in Ann Arbor. So I have a nice following, which is always great. There are just some people that I check in or that we just now connect on social media. Louisa, hello. I'm talking to you. So that's nice. It's a community. You see, there's a community of artists, but there's also a community of patrons, which is really nice.
Well, I love that. That's so beautiful, Paula. Thank you so much for talking to me. I love your jewelry. I hope you have a very lucrative art fair.
Thank you. It's going to be great. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more from the Ann Arbor Art Fair.
All right, and welcome back to the Art Fair. I'm Moa Musri here today with Jay Bird at the Wild Auditorium.
Yeah.
What a name. Could you kind of talk to me about the name? What does that mean?
Well, it's kind of a multitude of words. Like, you have like curiosity shops. Sometimes they're called like oddities, like curiosities, and these are very odd sometimes to people. So I thought auditorium would be kind of fun to use. I don't know if it's a word that maybe exists, but to me, I'd never heard of it. So I thought it matched the aesthetic.
Aesthetic. Okay, and what is your specialty?
Photoshop.
Photoshop. And what do we see here? I mean, obviously a lot of animals kind of mixed with some more human photography.
Yeah, it's called anthropomorphic. So you think of like the Ninja Turtles from like back in the 80s and stuff like that. That was a huge influence, just giving human qualities to animals or anything really. But I collect a lot of old photos, see maybe what their spirit animal is, and sometimes they tell me what they are, and then we kind of go from there.
So is that your process? You find an old photo originally and then alter it to...
Yeah, I'll swap out the face for whatever animal I think fits the personality.
Nice. And how did you start this? Where did it all come from?
Well, there was a guy back in maybe the 20s or 30s. His name was Harry Whittier Freeze. I've got a few samples right here of him. He actually made children's books, and he would actually really dress up like kittens and puppies, bunnies, and children's books, like ABC 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. And I got some off eBay, thought they were great, and I was like, I want to kind of do something like that, but digitally.
And so it's all through Photoshop, correct?
Correct. I do not use artificial intelligence, which I can't believe I have to say that, but I do have to say that now.
That's totally valid. And how long did you study Photoshop before you were able to get really specific like this?
I started Photoshop in like 97 or 98, like version 4.0, and I think it's up to like version 20 something now. So yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
So you're a pretty expert proficiency at Photoshop, you would say.
Yeah, for this kind of work.
For this kind of work.
Yeah.
Awesome. And could you talk to me a little bit about that cat with the hat up there? I personally have a cat, and I love cats. How did that come to be?
Again, kind of starts with the antique photo. I've been wanting to do a cat similar to that. It's a Maine Coon, and they have that very regal Ron Perlman look to them. And I thought a Maine Coon matched that personality. And he's got a top hat on. He's holding a cane. He's very dapper.
He means business.
Yeah, he's a dapper gentleman.
Oh yeah, he is. And what is it like for you at the art fair? Is this your first year?
No, I haven't done it like consecutively, but I've done it several times, like I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 times altogether. So like I kind of know what to expect weather-wise, people-wise, setup-wise. So yeah, I've been here a couple times.
And do you have anything that you want to shout out or say to the city of Ann Arbor?
Happy to be here, and if you like what you see, I also do custom. So if you have a pet and you want to, make them very dapper, I can do that for you.
Oh, and do you have a website?
Yes, it is jbirdistheword.com.
Jaybird is the word. You heard it here first. We will be right back with more at the art show here at Ann Arbor.
Hi, I'm Mitch with CTN. Did you know CTN is available on both Android and iOS platforms for free?
That's right, you can find us on the Cablecast app. Just look up CTN and all your favorite local programs are right at your fingertips. But that's not all. CTN is also on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. If this is for you, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Then navigate to the About tab for instructions on how to set it up on your device. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can watch our live meetings and all of our CTN-produced programs at youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor. So come watch CTN, where we aim to connect, create, and communicate.
Hey everyone, I'm Ryan Smith, the new producer here at CTN, and I've got exciting news. CTN training is back. This training will teach you how to plan a shoot, operate professional cameras, and edit your own videos. We'll even show you how to level up your smartphone filming skills or dive into action-packed GoPro shooting. And the best part, once you're certified, you'll have access to our gear and facilities, plus the opportunity to play your shows on CTN, both on TV and online. So if you're ready to learn new skills and start your creative journey, reach out to me. Thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.
All right, we're back, CTN at the Art Fair 2025, and we have now found some glass that's got a special touch to it. So welcome, tell us your name.
My name is Peter Patterson. I'm from Chicago.
Peter, this is some cool stuff. So all glass here, is that correct, in your booth?
Yep.
All right,
Made by me.
all made by you. Tell us about it.
Well, it's hot glass. I do different techniques to get my colors in here. The special thing I developed is putting phosphor into the glass. It makes it glow in the dark. You can see how some of this glows at night. It absorbs sunlight and lamplight for about 30 minutes, and it glows at night. So I use it as art in the dark, something accent for most of my work. I do a lot of aquatic images. I call these ghost urchins for my Habitat series. I do different types of vases. That's kind of one of my things I've been doing at different years. And I enjoy it a lot. This is one of my favorite things to do.
Tell us where, well, you mentioned aquatics, so tell us where people or folks would display this art. Give us some examples.
Well, in a hobby room,
Hobby room, okay.
like I have fish tanks, so
Okay.
these things look great in the tank or outside. Some of these are more decorative items that would be good in the living room.
Okay.
This is great for the garden. They're kind of like wind chimes, so they make noise. when
Yeah, you
get
mentioned you
banged
could
around.
buy it individually or as a bundle.
Individually or in a cluster. Sometimes I sell them. You can put them upside down,
okay.
in your garden. I like that.
Cool. Tell us how long, so this is not your first time in Ann Arbor. How long have you been doing this?
About 30 years now.
30 years, long time. So something brings you back. What brings you back?
This is just a really fun show. A lot of good art. People are fun. It's great to watch people. The long hours aren't so great, but usually it's just a lot of fun. It's really the only show I do. One show a year.
Oh, and you picked here. That's awesome.
Kind of whittle them down.
Sure, yeah. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much, and good luck this weekend.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
Thank
Come
you.
on down.
We'll be back with more CTN at the Art Fair 2025.
We are back at the art fair, and what is your business here?
It's actually my girlfriend's. She's currently busy, but she owns the Happy Camper Cafe, and it is a coffee trailer on wheels. So, and she proudly serves Grounds and Hound coffee. It's a full espresso bar.
And 50% of the proceeds go to rescuing dogs and helping dogs get homes.
That's amazing. And how did you all get involved with rescuing dogs and things like that?
Her friend told her about it, and then she got more into it, and then we started using it at our house, and we liked it, and so she started doing a business with it.
The coffee company, the Grounds and Hounds.
Yeah.
That's their whole. They do everything to rescue dogs, spay and neuter your pet. So the proceeds, it's through their company. So everything that we purchase through them goes through to their cause.
Well, that's amazing. And is this your first year at the art fair, or have you been here before?
No, this is her first year.
Amazing. And how are you guys enjoying it so far?
So far, it's pretty good. There's a lot of beautiful art here. So.
Yeah. Are you gonna be wandering around later, or is it mostly just sticking around the Happy Camper?
Both. A little bit of both. Probably more work than play, but we hope to be busy, so probably more work than play.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today, and good luck. It's a really admirable business you guys have here.
Thank you for interviewing us.
Yeah, for sure.
Dana Denha here, and this is CTN at the Art Fair 2025. I'm here with Jenny Pope. She's a printmaker here on South U. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Jenny? How you ended up at the Ann Arbor Art Fair?
So I actually grew up about 40 minutes north of here, and my friend's mom, when I was a kid, I used to come to the Ann Arbor Art Fair and help her at the show. So this is how I became a festival artist.
So you have been coming to the art fair like almost your whole life?
Since middle school.
That is a long time. I think I've been coming for about 15, 16 years, so you got me beat.
It's about 25, 30 years. Yeah.
So how does it feel now to be an artist at the art fair?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it feels very good.
Tell me about your printmaking and how you come up with these ideas, because you're inspired by nature and animals.
That's correct. So all of my pieces have ecological themes. They're all about animals, ecology, and the environment. And what I do is I look for stories that are interesting, and then I make art about it.
Do you sketch these pieces in advance, or do you kind of just go?
I definitely sketch them in advance. I don't make a whole color sketch, but I make a drawing on a block of wood that I'm going to carve, and then sometimes I'll write notes about different colors and where I want things to be, and then I start.
And because it is a printmaking situation, you can make notes on the wood and it's not going to matter.
Exactly. Yeah, I varnish my block so my lines don't disappear. Because I do reduction prints, so what I do is I have one block and I carve and I print and I carve and I print to get the multiple layers and colors.
Is it hard to line things up when you do it like that?
Well, I've been doing it for 20 years, so it's okay.
Yeah, I've done some printmaking stuff myself, which it's actually like a really cool sort of therapeutic process. It's kind of fun to do, but it isn't easy. It's not an easy thing to create with.
I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it, but it isn't the easiest art form because I am carving a lot.
Yeah, talk about that process. So you have like a wood block down here, and talk about this carving process and how it comes about.
So
let's go over here.
Is I have one block, and I carve away everything I want to be white. So on the block, I carved away the bison horns, and I carved away all these little lines that are white, and then I rolled up my first color, and the first color was light purple, and then I printed the whole block light purple 15 times. And then I carved away the light purple, rolled up dark purple, printed it right on top of the first layer, and kept carving and printing and carving and printing until all that was left was the black. And that's what you see
it on the block.
The amazing thing is when you look at the block, it's like a piece in itself. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
in itself. Yes.
Yeah, I don't always. So I started actually printing on clothing. I did not make my dress, but I have been printing on clothing with some of the blocks that have like a lot of black left because they look great.
Yeah. Talk about your color schemes. I feel like you really have your own specific vision when it comes to color.
Color is something that I love. So I'll have a color scheme in mind based on, so take these pieces for example. This is about the Sargasso Sea, and that sea has this very yellow seaweed, and the water looks, it has a yellow feel to it, so I knew that the pieces I wanted to be very warm and have the yellows and oranges in them. But I don't plan every color out, but I have a color scheme in my mind.
And then you, like you said, it's a process. You're doing the same color. You're printing the same color multiple times on the paper that you're using, or whatever, the wood block or whatever you're printing it on. Then
I'm printing on paper.
You are printing on paper, and then you're mounting it.
I mount it and then frame it, and then it's varnished. So it's like having an oil painting. I use oil-based inks.
Well, that's what, before we started recording, I was talking to you about that. I couldn't fully tell if they were paintings or something else. I'm like, I feel like there's something else, and they are, and they're really amazing and detailed in a way that, like, you really need to get up and close and personal to them.
It'd be, you can. I have a lot of little lines that you can tell were carved out when you get close up, and a lot of little details. That would also be hard, I think, to get with paint. I like being able to tell what the medium is, that it was something that somebody actually gouged into.
Yeah, it gives it this sort of eerie kind of texture, like it's almost older in a way.
Yeah, I mean, woodcuts have been around for a very long time.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even the way it's printed, like you said, you see these like little like it gives it like this nostalgia sheen to it or something. You know what I mean?
Probably the colors that I'm using as well, because I mix all my own inks, and I like a more 70s palette. Older, not a very, they're bright, but they are muted.
Yeah, they remind, and I think that's what drew me in initially, was that your color palette was so different than other things I was seeing.
Good. Yeah. I'm glad you were drawn in.
Yeah. Do you have a website?
I do. Do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
So my business is J Pop Studios. My name is Jenny Pope, but jpopstudios.com is my website.
All right, come check out Jenny at the art fair. You got a couple days to see her and see all the other amazing work surrounding her and get up close and personal with some art at the Ann Arbor Art Fair.
Hi, I'm Derek Miller, Executive Director at Community Action Network. Community Action Network manages 7 community centers throughout Washtenaw County, and we focus on education, housing stabilization, and community building services. CAN also manages the Northside Community Center, located off of Taylor Street on the north end of town. Northside Community Center is also a City of Ann Arbor Parks and Recreation facility, and we also partner with a variety of city departments, including the Office of Sustainability and Innovations. Northside in particular is actually a resiliency hub. We've added solar that is fully offsetting the electrical usage of this site, but in addition to that, we also added batteries. And that batteries allows us to keep power on site in the event of a grid outage. And that is important, particularly at this location, as it serves as a food distribution location for City of Ann Arbor residents as well as county residents alike. If you're interested in learning more about Community Action Network, as well as the Northside Community Center, please feel free to visit canwashtenaw.org or feel free to email info@canwashtenaw.org. Thank you.
Congratulations to CTN on its 50th year anniversary. I'm Brigitte Maassen, host of Senior Moments. Senior Moments has provided Ann Arbor seniors valuable information of health, wealth, finance, and entertainment. The show has been running for 22 years. In other words, it has been covering almost half of CTN's entire history. For these 2 decades, a number of wonderful guests have been introduced to our brilliant hosts with fun and excitement. CTN will surely continue its service for the next decade and more. As long as CTN continues, Senior Moments also will continue to serve seniors with pride and joy.
I'm Dana Denha, host of Ann Arbor's news magazine program, FYI. Tune in every week for new episodes featuring a variety of topics on the city and county.
Hey there, this is Jackson with CTN Ann Arbor, and we're at the Art Fair 2025, and I'm here with
Susan Orton, and I am representing my husband Ken Orton's work. He's kind of out of it a little bit, so he wasn't going to make the show this year, but I'm here to represent him and talk about what we have to talk about.
And how long have you been coming to the Art Fair?
Pretty much, not quite every year, but over the last 20 years, quite a few of them. This is our northern tier, as it were, and we just love coming back up this way. I have friends nearby as well. So.
And what brings you back to this Art Fair?
It's a crowd. It's a wonderful university town, which means there's lots of stuff going on all the time, but it's the feeling that people get it. And it is, as I said, the show is huge, so we do enjoy that aspect of it, but there's a lot of wonderful talent here, and we love being part of it.
And tell us about the work a little bit. What is the medium and the subjects and all that?
Ken's work is oil on canvas, or linen canvas as it were. Photorealistic with a softer edge is what I like to call it, because it is. He's someone who has drawn and painted since he was a child, and he taught art for 30 years. In Europe, he's English, and from Birmingham, actually. And retired and came to the States, and this is what he really wanted to do. And it's a never-ending, interesting challenge to find something new, to look for that new bottle or a new staging, whether inside, outside, putting something on a mirror to see what happens, and let's see how light will play on the glass, particularly glass. There's a series of Western stuff as well, and it's how light plays on various subjects that you're playing with.
That's great. And tell me a little bit on, I know you have had a role in some of this artwork as well, and maybe sourcing some of the glass and things like that. But
Well, it very often when Ken is ready to do a new series, he'll say, okay, set me up, which is sort of staging, going through our collection of glass to sort of decide, okay, what do I really want to work with this time? And I do get a choice on that. He also one day decided that he didn't feel like taking the photographs, so the camera came in my direction or our assistant Maddie's direction to, okay, what can you do? Show me some stuff. And so that's what we've been playing with as well. And I'm quite proud of the fact that there are actually 3 pieces right here on this show that I made the original photograph for. So there.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much for talking with us today, and it's very lovely artwork, and we will be back for more from the Ann Arbor Art Fair 2025.